Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's a beautiful apartment. You knew that, huh?
Yeah.
What?
I said I knew that.
Oh, it's a beautiful... I built that apartment. When Herb and I, that's your grandfather, Herb, my husband, when we came back from overseas, we were in Germany for 2 years, you know, because Herb was working in a laboratory there.
Yes, I know.
Well, it's a beautiful apartment. Are you happy there, sweet?
Yes, I'm very happy. I love it.
You love it? Oh, that's wonderful. You got it all fixed up the way you like it?
Yes, I just got it painted.
Oh, I haven't seen what you did with it.
Oh, yes, you have. You've seen it since then.
I don't think so.
Well, you've seen it a few times. You don't remember.
Oh, I guess I don't remember. Do you have a lot of parties?
Once in a while.
You do? That's wonderful.
No, once in a while, not very often.
Oh, why not? Everybody should have parties. We had parties all the time. We had a party every New Year's Eve.
Well, I'm not as much of a social...
What?
I said I'm not as much of a social butterfly as you are.
Why not? Are you shy?
Yeah, I'm a little shy.
You're not shy, are you? Your mother was so shy. Ellen is very shy.
Well, she gets it from you.
I was never shy. I love to talk to people. I was never shy. I never could understand how your mother could be so shy. Oh, she's so beautiful. She's a good mother. She's a damn good doctor, you know that?
Yeah, I know.
And your grandfather, that's her, my husband, your grandfather, he was a doctor too. We were very active in politics at that time. I was a member of the American Labor Party, did you know that?
Yeah, basically.
And Emily Bradshaw said that I should run on the ticket for the city council. Did you know that?
Yes.
And what?
I said I knew that. Wait, hold on.
Oh, no, don't touch it.
Hold on a second.
Don't fiddle with it, you'll break it. No, don't.
No, stop talking for a second.
Oh, the damn thing's a nuisance.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No, don't touch it. If you can hear me, leave it alone.
I won't go near it.
Okay.
So, are you working hard, honey? Are you working too hard?
Not really.
Are you still writing for the newspaper?
No, I don't write for a newspaper.
What?
I don't write for the newspaper.
You don't? What do you do?
I write speeches for the Environmental Protection Agency.
Who raised them?
No. I write for a politician, for the local head of the Environmental Protection Agency. It's a government agency.
Oh, you get criticisms and critiques. Who sees them? Who publishes them?
No, they don't get published. I lived in her building, where I still live, in Greenwich Village, during the last few years when she was there. I live in the back apartment. She was in the front, just down the hall. My grandfather, Herb, her husband, died before I was born. And after that, she lived with a man named Ronald, but then he died too. And after that, she was by herself. But for 28 years, she ran a tiny gallery on Waverly Place, around the corner from where we lived. And without being too depressing about it, she didn't always have the best stuff in there. But some of it was okay. Most days you could see her in there, watching television or looking out the window. I used to drop by to say hello once in a while. But usually, if I was walking past the gallery, I'd just duck down behind the cars across the street so she wouldn't see me go by. Until her eyesight got really bad, then I could just walk right past the window. It's not that I didn't like her. It's just that once she went in, it was kind of tough getting out again. So I was pretty stingy with the visits. The last person to have a show there was named Don Bowman from Massachusetts. He came to the city with an expensive car and no money. He took his pictures into every gallery he could find until he found my grandmother in the Waverly Gallery off Washington Square.
See, here's some of your work. Maybe he'll write them up for you.
What paper does he work for? What paper does he work for?
Would you like to put a couple of your pictures up in here? We could put a couple up and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, of course. That would be wonderful.
Well, it's not a big place, but it's cute. A lot of students come in here and they walk around and they look and they talk to me. Some of them show me their work. A lot of talented people around, but they don't have anyone to help them. It's not a fancy place, but it's all right.
No, I really like it. It has a lot of character.
Yeah. Well, I have a bad foot, so I don't walk so well. so I don't come in so much anymore. I've been on this corner for a good many years now. I live right around the corner. My grandson has a place in the back, and I live in the front.
Uh-huh.
So I just walk over from my apartment, and I just walk in. I have a little sandwich. I have a little television I like to watch, but it's not working now, so I don't watch it anymore. But I come in and I sit and I read the paper, and I keep that door locked at all times. You never know who the hell is going to come walking in here. I mean, this whole neighborhood is changing. Some of them want your money. Some of them are on drugs. Some of them want to bop you over the head. They have all kinds of signals. They wear red hats and they wear blue hats. You can't tell one from another. And there are a lot of people now from South Korea. Oh, they have a lot of money and they dress very nice, but their government doesn't, well, they don't want to live there. They want to come here. And the man who owns the hotel, he runs the gallery and he likes to have people, you know, stop by and look in. He's changing the whole place.
Yeah, I saw the hotel was under construction.
Yeah. Would you like to put a couple of your pictures up in here? If you do, you'll have to hang them yourself.
That's no problem.
And if you sell anything, the gallery takes 50% of the sale. That's half and half. Of course, I don't know what you want to charge for your pictures.
All right, now if I could...
What?
I was wondering if I could store the rest of the stuff somewhere around here.
Sure, I have a little place in the back.
Because I've been driving back and forth to New Jersey, and I don't like to have the pictures rattling around in the car every day. I work as a waiter up in Lynn in Massachusetts, and my plan was to come down here and stay with my sister, but she's in a wheelchair, and her house is pretty small, and I didn't realize it's almost a 2-hour drive each way.
Don't you have an apartment?
No.
Well, you can't.
Yes, I'm fine, thanks.
What?
I said I'm fine.
Oh, good, I'm glad.
Why don't you come in and have some dinner?
What?
I said come eat dinner.
Oh, what are we having?
Oh, I don't know. I think we're having meatloaf.
We're not having chicken, are we?
No, we're having meatloaf.
I've had chicken 3 times this week already.
Well, we're not having chicken. We're having meatloaf.
Oh,
Meatloaf.
Your mother is a wonderful, wonderful cook, so I'm sure it'll be all right. The whole neighborhood is changing. Do you think that the village has changed much in the last few years?
Yes, it's been changing a lot longer than that.
The whole place is changing, and there are a lot of people now from South Korea.
What is this South
I mean,
Korea
they have a lot
thing?
of money, and they
A lot of the
come into
NYU students are Asian.
gallery
I don't
and
really know.
everything. But they're everywhere you look. But the whole place is changing, don't you think so?
Sure.
Yeah. You know that little bank around the corner? Well, that was always a very friendly place. I mean, I know the manager for many years now, and that was always a very friendly bank. Well, now the whole place is black. I mean, the whole bank is black. I know that's what we wanted, what we fought for many years. Now they won't even talk to you. I went in there the other day and I stood around for half an hour. Nobody'd even talk to me. Isn't that true, Ellie?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's too bad. It was once a lovely neighborhood.
I didn't know. Well, it's a beautiful neighborhood. Ellen, do you have a lot of friends up where you go up in the country?
Vermont.
What?
We go to Vermont.
Oh, and you have a lot of friends up there?
No, not many. A few.
But people know you and they come around, and you entertain much?
No, we don't like to have too many people up there, Gladys.
I didn't
Shout
hear.
it, make
He
it
said,
work.
I said we go there because we want to get away from people.
He's teasing.
No, we're very unfriendly. We don't like to see a lot of people.
He's teasing
When
you.
no, listen, when you had the house in Fire Island
Yeah.
all those years, you like to entertain all the time.
Well, sure, everybody likes to have parties.
We don't enjoy that the way you did. We love the country and we like the scenery. We don't like having a lot of people up there because we see too many people here in the city.
Well, everybody likes to see people. I mean, we see people all the time in Fire Island.
Right,
We had a beautiful place, and we entertained quite a lot.
right. We don't like that.
Well, it's a beautiful place. Oh, anybody want some of these? You want some of these potatoes?
No, thank you.
Daddy, you don't have to shout at her. Oh, there she goes. Don't touch your hearing aid.
It's whistling.
Just a minute. Don't touch it.
No, there's a terrible whistle.
I taught myself.
Dan, is that not a suitable subject for conversation?
Well, do you have friends over and, cook them up something to eat?
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. She's driving me crazy, that's all.
Oh, what's the matter, honey?
Why do you
Nothing.
go out with all these crazy girls?
I don't know.
Well, as you know, I hate to butt in, but there are several perfectly nice young ladies at the Institute I'd be happy to fix you up with if you're interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to have a,
Just a suggestion. Too bad you're shy about that sort of
I
thing.
can't cook.
Yeah, well.
I never did learn to cook.
Fine, sweetheart.
We
Just
had
let
a
me know if
wonderful
you're
woman who
interested.
came over to cook for us. You remember Fanny?
I offered to fix him up with one of the young single women at the Institute.
She was a wonderful cook.
One
I never
very
learned
nice
to cook.
young lady
Oh,
in my program who mentioned to me
You know,
she'd
I
like
don't
to
want-
meet
I don't want to go on a
somebody.
blind date.
I just thought it would be a good idea to fix her up with
that
Dan.
young artist. I don't know how to bring him up to
Same
meet.
guy.
Sorry,
Don. Don. I think I'll bring that young artist up here next week to meet you.
Please don't. I don't need anybody new to cook for.
What?
Don't bring him up next week. I don't want to cook dinner for everybody.
What?
We will meet him on Saturday. Don't invite him for dinner.
Don't invite him. All right? I don't have to invite him. Don't have to invite anybody. I thought you might like to meet him. He's a very interesting
You
guy.
will meet him on Saturday.
Yeah, and he's from the same place, where you go on the weekend.
It's getting worse.
She's definitely getting worse, Mom.
What's the matter, honey?
Nothing. Everything's fine. Do you want some more?
Oh, no, I couldn't eat another thing.
You got your coffee lying around?
Ellen, is there any coffee lying around? Does anybody else want any coffee? Honey, do you like coffee?
Yes, I do.
Are you a coffee lover?
Yes, I am. I'm a coffee lover.
Well, where's the dog?
I'm going to blow my brains out.
The dog is in the other room.
Oh, what's the matter? Is she hiding?
No, she's waiting for food.
Well, what's the matter? Doesn't anybody feed her?
No, we're going to let her starve.
honey, please, before we all go insane.
Shouldn't somebody give her something?
Don't give her anything. She's not supposed to beg.
Oh, the poor thing. She must be hungry.
She's fine. She was just fed. She just ate a little while ago.
Oh, that is the...
I don't know. Maybe he was rude to her. I think he's a little peculiar.
Yeah, I met that guy, the owner, Mr. Giorgiani.
George, Alan George.
I thought he was Italian.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you. Giorgio sounds Italian.
Well, maybe he changed his name
He's
something.
Jewish, that guy.
Probably changed it at Ellis Island like everybody else, right?
Are y'all Jewish?
Well, yes.
Well, I'm half Jewish, but since my mother's
You're
Jewish,
Jewish.
it makes me Jewish.
You're
by
Jewish.
ancient Jewish law.
You're Jewish.
We're not very religious.
What do you mean not very religious? We're not religious at all, except I was raised...
We're liberal, Upper West Side, atheistic, Jewish intellectuals. And we really like German choral music.
My family's not very religious either. Well, I suppose my father was in a way, but not really. He used to drag me kicking and screaming to church every Sunday, but my mother always stayed at home.
Actually, it's very interesting. Gladys's father was from Russia, where he was a bookmaker for the Tsar.
He was a bookbinder. It's not like he was the Tsar's bookie.
Excuse me. Yes, he was a bookbinder for the Tsar, and he came here in the teens, I think, or possibly earlier.
No, I think earlier, Howard.
Where he founded a very successful publishing business carting Jewish religious books around the Lower East Side in a wheelbarrow.
Really?
Yes, until Gladys is in New York, you called Gladys.
Oh, yeah.
A job, an apartment, a lawyer.
Moving, coming. Remember she used to hire those crazy Israeli movers?
Oh, yeah, I remember
One
that.
of them
When I
was
was
a
divorced
sculptor,
from my
one was
first
a
wife, I
musician.
called
Oh, they were
Gladys. I told her I
musicians.
needed an apartment, and in 2 days she found me a wonderful little apartment on 86th Street, right across the park from where my children were living. It was
Really?
amazing.
She was very good at that.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, she was always going off on these trips around the world. She took me to the Yucatan once when I was 9 to look at the pyramids.
By the time she got off the ship, she knew everybody on board. She knew everything about
And
them.
she'd bring them all back to New York, invite them over so I could cook dinner for them.
Yeah. A lot's changed in 20 years,
And
Ken.
then she'd take Zeke when they're on the boat.
She had this psychotic Dalmatian.
Zeke.
Which was spelled
Z-I.
Z-I-Q-U-E.
Who used to hide under the table whenever anybody came into the
And who
room.
she used to take on these cruises where they didn't allow dogs.
That's right. She'd always say,
I know they don't allow dogs on that boat, but I just take her anyway.
They
They
are.
don't mind.
This was the craziest fucking dog you ever met.
Right, because you told her to get her.
Well, I didn't tell her to get Z.
Yes, you did.
My family loves to make fun of me.
Well, that's true, but we're not making fun of you now because you did tell her to get seats.
I told Gladys I thought she should get a dog.
Oh, I was
because
seeing
at
that
the time
again.
we were very worried about a little old lady sitting in a gallery all day by herself.
The worst thing that's going to happen to her in this neighborhood is someone's going to try to sell her pot.
Right, and she got very offended.
Right, she got very offended.
Because you called her a little old
Because
lady.
I told her I didn't think it was such a great idea for a little old lady to be sitting in the window all day long when you got crazy people walking down the street.
How was she mad
Yeah,
at you?
what can I tell you? I was my usual tactful self.
And this was 15 years ago.
So you said she should get an attack dog.
I did not say an
Yes, you
attack
did. You
dog.
said she should get a German Shepherd.
I told her she should get a dog. In case some lunatic walks in the gallery, she should have a dog who's going to bark at him and scare him away, right? So Gladys goes to the pound, and she comes back with this skinny little cadaverous Dalmatian
Who shakes.
who shakes and hides under the table every time you come into the fucking room.
That's funny.
And I said, Gladys, what the hell are you doing? This dog wouldn't scare anybody.
She was very fond of her.
Listen, it was a wonderful thing for her.
Zeke wasn't so bad. She just shook.
Unbelievable.
Well, you don't seem too dangerous.
Have you heard this one yet?
Yeah, you told me.
She was making a pass, and she wouldn't go away. She just kept standing there with the door wide open. And I told that one in the gallery. I told him to go around to Madison Avenue and to start passing out invitations because he's putting up a show.
All right, I'm
he
going to
hasn't
tell
even
him.
had his show yet.
All right.
And I said to him,
Listen.
this is what I've got.
Mr. George is taking away the gallery. He wants to take the gallery back for the hotel. So you have to get out of the gallery in 2 months after Don opens his show.
Well, good. I'll just get rid of it, and that'll be that for that, and I'll get a job in a lawyer's office.
No, you don't have to worry about that now.
Yeah,
You have
but
another
I
2
just-
months before you have to move out.
I'll
and there's
just
plenty-
get a job in a house, in an office, and honey, maybe you can use that place in the front for your office.
Oh, no, I don't need another
Newspaper.
place. That's your apartment. You don't have to move out of your apartment, just in the gallery.
As soon as my foot gets better, I'm going to start looking around for a town. I'm going to move to another town
Christ, it's word salad.
because I can't stay there anymore. There's a woman who comes in there every day, and she just sits. I want somebody to get rid of
No,
her.
we can't get rid of her.
They expect me to entertain them, to cook for them, throw a party. I can't do all that. I'm sick.
They're there to cook for you. They're helping me take care of you because otherwise I have to come down every day and do your insulin myself. They're there to make things easier for me.
Well, they should help you. You have your family.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. I just wanted to tell you, Mr. George is taking away the gallery, but we don't have to do anything for a couple of months.
What am I going to do with all those pictures? Oh, I'll talk to that man. I know his daughter.
John will take care of the pictures. He'll take the pictures with him.
And because I have been in that place, in that
Gallery.
in the gallery, for a good long time now, and nobody ever comes in there anymore. So I'll just sell it, and I'll get a job in an office. Honey, do they have any jobs in your office?
We can talk about that later. You'll have one last opening with Don's show.
Well, it's been great that you've been in here. It's been really great for her.
Where's your mother, honey? She was here, and then she went away. She's coming down.
Yeah, she went to do some errands. She'll be back later.
I don't know where she went. She was here, and then she went out again. Does somebody
Yeah,
want
I know, I saw him at the house.
some of this bottle? Some of this liquor?
No thanks, I have some.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I put an ad in this art news, art letter newspaper. I've been busting my back on these pictures. I don't mind telling you.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Well, me neither.
I notice a lot of people look through the window paying attention to this one.
I'm gonna go look at the pictures.
Oh, well, don't you have to get them all fixed up the way you want them?
No, I'm gonna go look at the pictures,
Oh.
the paintings.
It's my favorite. It's my mother. You see this macrame over here? She did that by hand, like when I was a kid. And I was always intrigued by that. And one day she was going to throw it out.
Oh, anybody want some of this stuff?
No thanks.
So I said, why don't you put it up on the wall? So I hung it up for her, made a little frame for it. Then I figured, thread fades.
Uh-huh.
So I figured it wasn't going to last forever, so I featured it in the picture. And I painted the whole room separately, and then I painted my mother while she was in the room. So everything you see is really there in real life. I tried really hard to get all the details right, because, that's what you remember when you think about something, so I tried like hell to get them the way they really are.
It's great.
Somebody want some of this cookie? It's very good.
No thanks. In a minute.
I don't know if you like that one, or...
Did you mean to write $3,000? These pictures are $3,000 a piece?
No, that one's 3,000. Those over there, those are 2, because that's a smaller canvas, but the rest of these here are 3.
Well, gee, I hope you can sell them.
Yeah, well, first they gotta come in, right? Oh, that couple's been by about 5 times now.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know what time I should come by.
Well, we've been open for about 4.5, 5 hours. Since about 11 o'clock this morning. Not too many people come in yet, but it's so beautiful outside today. Tried to get my sister to come in, but she's pretty much a stay-at-home. It's a big ordeal for her to travel, and I don't get on too good with my brother-in-law. He takes good care of her, but I don't know, he's always telling everybody what to do. He's one of those guys.
When I was 10 years old, I broke my wrist at the hotel awning outside. Glass was having this big opening for somebody, and I was playing tag outside, and I whipped around, and I ran right into the pole. I cracked a bone in my wrist.
Oh, yeah?
And another time, I was in here, and she used to have a coffee maker on the floor with a desk
How
over
are
there.
you, honey?
I'm fine, thanks.
You looking at the pictures? You having a good time?
Yeah, I'm looking at him now.
Okay.
And I kicked over the coffee maker, and the hot water went all over my leg. Burned the shit out of me. I got all these blisters in my ankle.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I don't usually get too excited, but this whole thing is like a dream come true for me. In my town where I come from, you tell them you paint pictures, they look at you like you got a screw loose or something.
Yeah. No, it's nice. This was a nice gallery.
Dan, I hope this isn't too presumptuous or anything, but I was thinking, you must know some of the people that work in the art department at your newspaper, and I was wondering if it wouldn't be too much trouble to maybe put a bug in their ear and see if they could send somebody down to check out the show.
Well, the thing is, I don't actually work for a newspaper.
Because even a small blurb can make a big difference to a new show, especially if it's in the New York Times. What?
Yeah, I don't work for the New York Times.
What paper do you work for?
No, I don't work for a newspaper. I work for the Environmental Protection Agency. They don't have an art department.
Didn't I hear Gladys ask if you were still
Yeah, I
working
know,
for the New
but I
York
can't
Times? You
keep
said
telling
yes,
her,
so-
Don, really, I don't work for the New York Times. I don't even have a subscription.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, well. Phooey. So you don't know anyone?
No, sorry, I wish I...
Did you look at the pictures, honey?
Oh, yeah, I think they're terrific.
I've got to buy one for you. I think maybe one of those little ones. Do you have pictures of them in your place?
Yeah, I have a lot.
I've never seen them. I've never been in that place.
What do you mean? You've seen it a million times.
No, never been in there.
Sure you were. You were there last week.
Would you like me to buy it for you, honey? You just tell me what show you want and I'll buy it for you.
Yeah. Well, let me look some more, and I'll let you know.
Your mother bought two.
Oh, I know. Oh, did she buy another two?
No, from when they were in here in the fall.
Oh.
I'm moving to China. What do you think of that?
Wow.
Yeah, so things are good all over with the old folks, right? You don't lose your marbles and one of you doesn't die young. You get old together and torture each other to death.
Great.
See if I can calm him down. So fucking crazy.
Ellen, look at the dog. Remember her?
Of course I remember her.
Ellen, you remember that little dog I had? Oh, this one's a little devil. Oh, look, she's sniffing around. Look, she's got a paw. Oh, she's afraid you're going to throw her out on the street. She's trying to sing to you. Shouldn't I give her something?
No.
All right. So, do you know how to cook, honey?
A little bit.
Oh, I never learned to cook much. In my place, I have a little fire and I make a little sandwich. Does Ellen know how to cook? Ellen, you know how to cook? No. I think I'll look around for a place.
She forgets a lot of words.
I think I'll get myself a job in an office because I still have a paper, a passport, and I can do a little. I don't do much, but I've got to get out and do something.
Let's just get the gallery settled first. We can worry about that later.
But I'm going to talk to that man. I know his daughter.
Nothing to talk
Yeah.
to him about. By the way, did you ever call Mr. George?
Yeah, no,
In your bag. Here, I'm just finding them.
Ellen is finding them.
I don't
a little
understand
scene
anything.
here.
I can't go any place
Here they are.
without
Here,
my
here,
keys.
right here. No, don't
I just
cry.
can't go any
He's right
place.
here. Stop crying. There's nothing to cry about. Oh. Now just sit down and take your time. Look.
Hello?
Don's here now.
Hi.
He's going to take you home in a
Another
taxi,
evening
and
at
I'll call you in the
Fine
morning
House.
when you're
Yeah.
feeling better.
I can't breathe.
Because you're in a panic.
I am in a panic. I can't breathe. I can't do
Now
anything.
just sit down.
I'll-
Sit down.
all right.
Sit down. Nothing's
I'll
wrong
sit down.
with you. You're just upset. Here.
I don't want to go out on the street.
Nobody's going out on the street. Come on,
I
don't
can't.
cry. Don't cry. Look, Don is here now. And he's going to take you home. You're going to settle down, and Don will take you home, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Where's my bag?
Right here.
I had a coat, but I
No,
gave
you
it.
didn't. It's very warm out. You
I
didn't bring a
didn't.
coat. No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're very upset.
No, I'm not upset. You are.
Yes, I am upset. I'm all mixed up.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hello. We're having a punch-up. Where are my keys?
Here, around your wrist.
Oh, here they are. They're right here. What's everybody so upset about?
We're upset because it's a shame about the gallery.
I'm upset too.
It was a wonderful place, but it's been very difficult for you to manage lately.
Shout
But it
hard.
was a wonderful place for you, and you had a lot of good years there.
Yes, I did.
Listen, it's no fun to get old.
What?
It said it's no fun getting old.
Why do you always say that to me? That is not a helpful thing to say.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm not so tactful sometimes. I won't say it anymore.
You're old. You're getting old. Nobody wants to hear that.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not so smart.
Of course, you're smart. This whole family is smart. You have money for a taxi?
Yeah, right here.
Well, I'm very angry with you.
I just got here.
That doesn't matter.
Goodbye, Grandma.
Oh, goodbye, honey. When will I see you?
I'll see you tomorrow.
What, don't you want to come with us? Don't you want to come to the city?
No, we're in the city. I'm going to ride my bike home.
Oh, but don't you want to come with us? Wouldn't you like to ride in a taxi cab?
No, I want to ride my bike. I like riding it.
He wants to ride his bike.
Yes, I heard him. I'm standing right here. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yes. What are you so upset about?
I'm not upset.
Gladys, you're upset.
Yes, I am. I'm very upset. I'm all mixed up. I don't know what happened to me. Herb and I, we had a good life. We had a good life.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what's happened to me. Come on. Come on, don't cry.
Well, we'll figure something out tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow. Yes, I'm very upset.
Good night, Don.
So long.
I think you should go upstairs and check. They were all here, and then they all ran out into the street, and they... Where... Is he going to make coffee? No, I'm not hungry.
Just eat this, please.
No, I couldn't eat
If
anything.
you don't eat this, I'm going to kill
No,
myself.
I'm not hungry.
Please, 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 eat this, please!
It's delicious.
Good.
Very good. So, how are you, honey? Are you working hard? Are you working for the television?
Yes.
I mean, for the magazine? And the people come up and they tell you how they want it, you fix it all up for them?
Yes.
What are you working on now? Where did he go?
Who?
Didn't you see him?
Who? There's nobody here.
Well, he was sitting right there a minute ago. Your brother, Herb, where did he go?
He's not here.
What?
He'll be back later.
Should I give him a message? You know, I worked for Herb in that laboratory in Europe. Oh, this is very good. You want some, honey?
No. Are you feeling better?
Herb and I, when we were in Germany, we went dancing. We played tennis. It was all rather nice. And then the Nazis started marching up and down all around. And after a while, we thought we'd better get out of there and go home.
Can you understand me?
What?
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know. I never knew what I was doing. When we got down to the train station, they were all standing there to stamp your ticket. And this one looks at me and he says, "Bist du Jüdisch?" You know what that means. It means, are you Jewish? I just looked at him and I said, "Ich sprechen kein Deutsch." I don't speak German. And then I took Ellen down to that army base in the south where Herb was. My God, it was so hot down there. All you could do was sit on the porch and fan yourself, and there wasn't anybody to talk to. Everybody has to talk to somebody. You just go nutty. I love to talk to people. I'm having a good time. We never did what anybody told us. We'd sneak
Mom?
out of the house at night.
I'm sorry to wake you.
We'd go up to Harlem and we'd listen to the
I don't
music.
know. She's
and
completely lost her mind. Oh,
go
She's
dancing.
hallucinating. I don't know what. She's talking literally
Marvelous.
nonstop.
But everybody does things like that.
I haven't slept in 3 days.
I've
She
played
never
A lot
stops
of
ringing my
tennis.
doorbell,
I
and
was
I
never really very good at
can't
it.
take it
But,
anymore.
Jean was a marvelous tennis player. She was
Can you come
just
get her?
wonderful. And Ellen, she
I'm
was
really
a good
sorry.
tennis player when she was younger. Oh, Ellen
Yeah,
was
okay.
so shy.
I'm really sorry.
She was such a shy little girl. We were so glad when she married Mark, because he has really had a rough time, you know. I mean, you just can't run around like that. Nobody will know what you're talking about. Oh, and her. Mark is so charming. And he's bright, and he's smart. He works awfully hard. And he's a damn good doctor. You're a good doctor.
A friend of mine said the whole thing was just unanswerable. And I guess it was. After she moved uptown, I would see her when I went to visit, but I was out of it now. My mother never got out. With the help of Howard, Florence, and Marva, she heroically took care of Gladys for the next 2 years. She dressed her and fed her and cleaned her up and watched her fall apart, day in and day out, with nothing to stop it and no relief in sight. One night, Mom called me up and told me she thought Gladys was dying. So I rode my bike uptown, and I went to the back room where Gladys lived now. By that time, she was just this tiny 87-year-old body, lying in the back of her daughter's apartment, hanging on with almost nothing, but struggling anyway for one more breath. She finally died around 2 in the morning. And after that, it was a lot easier to remember what she'd been like before. But I never want to forget what happened to her. I want to remember every detail, because it really happened to her. And it seems like somebody should remember it. You know, it's not true that if you try hard enough, you'll prevail in the end. Because so many people try so hard, and they don't prevail. But they keep trying. They keep struggling. And they love each other so much. It makes you think it must be worth a lot to be alive.